What up, guys? Welcome to Base Damage, and this week we are going to be continuing going over the different Bang Dream Girls Band Party trial decks, and I believe they're all trial deck pluses, even though this doesn't state here. But this one is going to be for the band Afterglow, and let's see. One of the Afterglow combos I know that I'm going to be looking forward to in the next set actually can combo well with Glitter Green. And if y'all want to know what that is, go check out the last podcast. Just saying. But at the time of recording this, we do not have the Afterglow trial deck or trial deck plus or whatever the fuck in English. But it's because it's a Bushi product, we're probably going to end up getting it at some point because they're like pushing for their money and shit. So obviously, so that's what makes me think we're going to more than likely get the girls band party decks eventually. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it now before anyone else does. Why the fuck not? So. Anywho, Afterglow is a mono green deck, and we are going to be going over it today. And sure, while some people don't like a lot of the Afterglow effects from the second set, it's not bad. I hate to say it's not bad, but it could be better. So I'm hoping maybe something in here will help it, as far as what I saw when we were going over it in the last podcast. So let's get right into this. Pull up a couple here. Hope everybody's doing awesome today, and we are going to be trying to go over this and go through it as efficiently as possible. So we have Work Hard, Me, Sugumi Hazawa. I feel like I'm sneezing when I say that. Hazawa. During your turn, all your characters gain 500 power and a draw brainstorm. So you pay 1, rest this, flip over the top 4 cards of your library, and for every climax, you get to draw a card. So for anyone who's wondering, oh, wow, he read that really quick. This is the second time I've having to record this because of bullshit. So, obviously people like these search brainstormers more, and I agree. The search ones are better. The draw ones are not the greatest. I actually would prefer salvaging over some of the draw effects, because with the salvaging and the search ones, you get to choose what the fuck you want. You don't just kind of leave it up to chance. It's like, I've already paid this cost, and I'm and I'm just gonna see what I randomly get. People don't care for this as much. So either way, the bonus 500 during your turn is also kind of cool. So then we have this one right here, who's also a global 500. But once again, the second effect is not the greatest in the world, but it's explained better. Tomoe Utagawa. So we have a global 500 to all your music characters, and then a pay 2 and rest this to heal 1 from the top of your clock. Which I can understand the theme they were going for with this because of the next card, which I'll go ahead and show what the next card is and come back to this one. So next is Life's Wish Himari. I don't know how to pronounce that last one. So it's a 00-1500, and it's a free runner. So at the start of your opponent's attack phase, you can move this to an empty slot in the front row. People are probably already going to, if you want to run Afterglow, or hell, I mean, well, Bang Dream already has some free runners, so this isn't going to take that spot by any means of the imagination. But then it also has what Afterglow does, and that is it works off the alarm ability. Excuse me. So if this is on top of your clock at the start of your climax phase, you can pick a character, and it gets the ability until end of turn that when the battle opponent becomes reversed, you can heal the top card of your opponent's clock and put that character into the clock. So this does spot removal, which is really cool, and then it can run. So if you do run like the Afterglow deck, you're more than likely going to put this in here for the running effect, but the alarm thing is their signature thing. So they prefer to be able to do this as far as like have as many different alarm effects in the deck as possible to get those bonuses seemingly out of nowhere, which I'm still going to be messing around with it myself, so this may be something to consider. There's also some effects that state, like I think it was one of their finishers that does effects for every alarm that gets milled or something of that nature. So I cannot remember what it was, but it's still kind of cool. Also, if I sound weird, it's because of my sinuses. But, okay, because of the alarm thing, that's why this is here, is, oh, well, there's an alarm on top of my clock that I don't want, but there's one under it that I do. I'm going to pay 2, rest this, heal 1. So I got the heal, which is always kind of cool, even though I would prefer like a pay 2 search personally. but you heal to be able to go ahead and get down to the alarm effects that you actually want. So it's not even in there for the heal. It's in there for the alarm fixing, I guess you could say, quote unquote. So that's more why that's in there. And this is more going to get run because of the free runner status, which is always great. So then we have Meeting of Childhood Friends Mocha Alba. It's a 0015. All of your other cool one thinking of friends Ran Mitake gain 1,000 power. And it has it's an S, so that is a stand? Yeah. Wait. It's a startup. I'm sorry. So you can discard a copy of that cool one thinking of friends Ran from your hand to the waiting room and choose an Afterglow character in your clock, return it to your hand, put the top card of your library on the bottom of your clock. So it does the clock fixing as well. But notice how it says put the top card of your library on the bottom of your clock. So that way, if you've already clocked for the turn, or you already have an effect on the top of your clock that's an alarm effect that you want to go off, this can make that where it gets placed after for the second part of the effect makes it so that doesn't get interrupted. So it's not like, oh, I'm going to do this and then boom, random other alarm effect that I don't care for, or maybe not one at all. So that's actually kind of cool. Now, I have to see what the cool one thinking of friends is, because I actually didn't get that far in the previous recording. So being able to also just kind of clock fix and get back what you want is kind of cool. I've done similar effects off of like TOR and whatnot with the 00 Mekons, which is always kind of cool. So then we have, so we're going to come back to this actually. I'm thinking that if it's like those characters gain 1,000 power, it's probably like a vanilla or something. So that's my guess anyway. So it was the Mocha. So Hiro Sugu. I thought it was trying to make a really, really bad pun there. Okay. Okay, here's the Ron. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that one up first. So cool one thinking of friends Ran Mitake. Okay, I was right. It's a 1055 vanilla, but with that this Mocha on the field, it becomes a 1065. I said 11 before, didn't I? Sorry, it's a 1055, and then becomes a 1065. So that's kind of cool. Like, could be interesting. And then you just discard a vanilla for the effect, which is, is whatever. So, all right. So Hiro Sugu, Sugumi Hazawa. We have, when this is placed from hand to stage, choose one of your music characters, and that character gains 1,500 power for the turn. It's essentially like Petite Mekon. I can't remember if that was the exact stats for Petite Mekon, but I think it is really close to it. So, and that fucking car, even though it was a promo, sure, but it was like a really fucking expensive promo for no reason. So, well, I felt no reason. I didn't run it. So. But this is actually kind of cool. Be able to give that buff at 0 and whatnot, so that's cool. So then we have Tale of the Stairs. I thought it said stars for a second there, and I was like, wait, no, this is stairs. Tomoe Utagawa is a 0035 who can't side attack, so oversized with the drawback of can't side. That's actually perfectly fine. So okay, I like some oversized beat sticks, and this is not a big drawback. I don't like the ones as much where you have to like reveal the top card of your deck, and then if it's not a whatever, deal yourself a damage. So it's like, nah, fuck that. So that's not bad. All right, getting into the level ones. Oh, looks like we have a climax combo. Heightened Thumping Ran Mitake is a 1045. So when this attacks, it gets 500 power times the number of your other music characters. So it can become a 6-5 just regularly. Like, that's actually kind of cool. So then it's when this attacks, if That Is How I Roll is in the climax zone, this gains 1,000 power and the ability for the turn. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you can put the top card of your library in your stock. I feel like I've seen That Is How I Roll before. I think there's another version of this. I'm just going to go ahead and pull up the climax just because we've got it right here. Come on. Is a 1-1 gold bag. Which, I mean, that's not bad. I would have preferred gold bar, personally. But I think there's another version of this in the booster set, or if there's like another like alternate artwork or something of that nature. So, it's all good. And then being able to get the extra stock after playing Glitter Green with this same similar effect, it's not bad. Now, also look at this power. So if you have this with a full field, regardless of what you have in the back row, you're going to become a 6/5. The climax is a 1k1, so you can be 7/5. And then when this attacks, if you have that, it gains an additional, so it's a freaking 8/5. Like, before anything else. Assume you have a freaking global 500. This is going to be a 9k. You're probably killing whatever the hell you are wanting to kill. At level 1, that's actually kind of big. So that's not bad. And that'll be interesting to mess around with, because, hell, I plan to mess around with all of it. With all the different Bang Dream stuff. So, and the extra stock, the blind stock is not the worst thing in the world if you can find a way to have extra outlets for paying that. So stuff like that level 0 that you can pay to rest her to heal, stuff like that is actually where it can mitigate a decent chunk of the blind stocking. Or obviously if you have extras, so you would just want to use the extra to be able to save her from basically being able to encore her after having done all of those blind stocks and whatnot. You'll be able to do that fairly effectively and be able to do this combo multiple turns. So that's not bad. And that is just huge. Sorry, I can't get over that. So, well, anywho. So then we have everyone's leader, Minami. Now, everyone's leader, Himari, is a 1/0, and when it attacks, if you have 2 or more other music characters, she gets 2k for the turn. So she can become a 1/0 7k just for free. Alright. I'm down with it. That was everyone's leader. Sorry. I don't know why my voice is just trying to leave. Okay, so we went over that one. So actually, we ain't got much more. We're just going to try to go through these a little bit quicker. Okay. So then we have everyone's support. Sugumi has that's at her own pace. I'm sorry, at her own pace, Mocha. My bad. Is a 1/6k. And then when this attacks, if you have 2 or more other music characters, this gains 2,000 power for the turn. So a 1/8k and a clock encore. I know some people are like on the fence about the clock encore stuff, which is whatever, but I personally have no problem with this. Although with the past 3 cards, it's shown on attack get this buff. Not just if all you have is like... I would have liked this more if it was like all that you have, if all that your characters are Afterglow, this gets a buff. I would have liked that more. Not just the when it attacks. I like the constant buffs as well, so that way you have a little bit of a wall on your opponent's turn. So, I don't like that one as much. So then we have everyone's support, which is your standard 2/1 3k backup. So, that's alright. Then we have reliable big sister, Tomoe, is a 2/1 45. So a level assist and then a rest this to all of your other music characters gain 500 power for the turn. Okay, that's interesting. So if you have like a whole bunch of level 3s that are getting like 1500 power from this anyway, from being level assist in front, give them an extra 5k, so they're like plus 2k total. So, or 5k. Yeah, give them an extra 500, so they're a 2k power total. So, still not the best in the world, but obviously level assist can actually be kind of fun. So then we have memorable sound source. Himari is a 2/2. So 75. Okay, when this is placed from hand to stage, if you have 4 or more other music characters, you can blind stock 1. So it's being able to pay for it because you're going to have, like, you're more than likely going to be able to pull that off. And then when your other music character attacks, this gains 1500 power for the turn. So if you do this, you can basically end up paying only 1 for it, but you have to have the 2 initially. And then you blind stock. Excuse me. And then when another music character attacks, so if you have this attack last, she could be plus 3k. So a 10/5, level 2, I don't really like this as much, but it can get big. And the 2 soul part, I will admit, is nice, if nothing else. So the blind stock thing is okay, and she can get big for a 2 soul. So yeah, that was memorable. Alright, so then I'm not scared. Bitch, you might be. Then we have Seven Mysteries lore. Being scared together, even though Ron says she's not scared. And then I'll just go ahead and show the other two climaxes, and that'll be it for this deck. So I'm not scared, Ron Mitake. I'm not scared is probably like one of their songs or whatever, I don't know. So then it's a 3/2 10k. If you have 2 or more Afterglow characters, this gains 1,000, easy. So that's just, if you're doing the whole deck, it's obviously going to go off, so you might as well just say this is a 3/2 11. And then when this is placed from hand to stage, you can heal 1. So always good for your heals. Next we have Seven Mysteries Lore, the other level 3 of the deck. When this is placed from hand to stage, you may choose a music character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. So you get the alarm effect, or not alarm, you get the salvage effect off of this. Sorry, I was already glancing down and saw alarm there. But, okay. So then when this attacks, you can pay 1 and discard an alarm character. And if you do, this gains the ability for the turn. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may put that character into clock. So, yay for clock shooters. Clock shooters are OP in general, my personal opinion. If you can get the reverse, obviously. But then being able to stack this effect on top of whatever other alarm effects you have is always going to be nice. So, and then the salvage. So if you absolutely need to play more of this or play the healer, that's always good. And it's generic. You can actually, it says you can just choose a music character. So that alone is not bad if you just wanted like a Tech 1 or something of her for your other decks. Because then you can just throw her down, grab a music character, and do whatever you need to. If you have other combos, that helps with it. Considering I don't remember seeing a whole bunch of other like on-play salvage effects for a lot of other stuff. But we also haven't gotten to the red stuff just yet. So, let's see. So being scared together, oh, she's scared as fuck. It's a 1/0 counter event. If you have a character with Sugumi in name, another character with Ron, and yet another character, like how it says, and yet another, with Mocha in name, all 3 are separate characters. Choose up to 2 of your Afterglow characters, and they gain 1,500 power for the turn. Nice little thing, and you can do that on either player's turn. That's actually kind of cool to be able to do that. And a double buff for that's kind of cool too, because I've seen some like just level 1 backups that are just 1,500 anyway. So being able to do this in event form is kind of nice. And then we have the, as always, the okay, I don't know why I'm getting messages. Seven Mysteries of the School is a +2 soul across the board, and that just looks creepy. Yeah, she's scared as fuck. Never mind, that might have not been a song. So, and then always the same. When this is placed from hand to climax zone, choose up to 1 green character. So green stock from waiting room, and then +1 soul across the board. And that is it for this. And I'm not expecting a whole bunch of stuff out of Afterglow, but I'm willing to mess around with most any deck like this. And with the Trial Deck Pluses, it's always nice just to test stuff. And obviously, if we end up getting these anyway, I'm going to be doing that for the Trial by Fire stuff anyway. So, anyway, thank y'all for watching. I don't really have too much of an opinion for this. Like, there seems to be some good stuff. Like, it wants to be played. But then there's other stuff that it's like, this is unimpressive. So, I'm on the fence about this one. I do not have a... I don't want to say it's good or bad unless I get a chance to play it, really. Mostly because, at first glance, you ever seen one of those things where it's like, on paper, it's a good or a bad idea, but then in reality, it's the opposite type thing? I don't want to say that this is one or the other, and it end up being the other. So, oh, well, fuck, what am I saying? Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and subscribe if you want. If not, it's cool. Just support the game. I don't care if y'all like want to support us or not, but support Weiss Schwarz straight up. Thank y'all very much for watching, and we'll see you on the flip side. Peace.